Hello and welcome everyone to another InventRight.com TV show. On this show, I want to talk about going pro. So what do I mean about going pro? Well, one of the biggest things that you need to do when you go pro and you're licensing your products is to have multiple products in your pipeline at any point in time. I'm going to talk about what I mean by the pipeline and what is a very important mindset when you're going pro and having a lot of projects you're working on and have multiple in the pipeline. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's got to be more than one. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 projects, okay? But maybe for a lot of you it's just 2 or 3. But this is very, very important. When I see our students trying to go pro, I'm going to talk about a few mistakes they make and how you can prevent making those same mistakes. So, when you have multiple projects in your pipeline, they're at different stages in the process. Some of them you're doing some research on, some of them you're doing a sell sheet on, some of them you're making your list of companies, maybe you're filing a PPA, maybe you're contacting companies, maybe you're in negotiations. You're all different steps. This is the very important thing that I want you guys to keep in mind. It's very easy to get distracted. So you're working on project number 1, it's your older project. You got 30 companies. So far, 15 out of the 30 said no. But now you're working on project number 2 and 3. It's very easy to go on project number 2 or 3. Well, I'm really getting really excited about this. I think this is really going to make sense. And you neglect or completely forget about number 1 because you got 15 no's. But until you've got no's from all 30 of your companies, or however many companies you have, you are not done. So this is the right mindset, guys. This is how you think like a pro and you organize your week. So let's say, it could be any day, but let's say Monday rolls around. Your primary and only objective on Monday is to work on your oldest project. Let's call that project number 1. You're going to make your phone calls, you're going to get your LinkedIn messages on project number 1. Now, the rest of the week, you've earned the right to work on project number 2 and then project number 3. Now, I think doing once a week follow-ups is a little weak. I'd probably do maybe Mondays and Wednesdays or Mondays and Thursdays or something like that, but you get the idea. By working on your project that's the oldest and following up and following through to make the calls, send the LinkedIn messages, get interest from companies, you've now earned the right to work on those other projects. So let's say project number 2, you're starting to make your list of companies. You've already got a sell sheet. You're like, oh, I got to make my list of companies and got to start working on my provisional. And then you're like, well, I did quite a bit on that this week as well. Now I'm going to work on number 3. Now number 3, I'm just brainstorming. And I'm brainstorming some new ideas, and it's easy to start going too fast on that. And you can, if you've got time left in the week, all the way up until Sunday, keep working on number 3. You're good. That's fine. You did your follow-ups on number 1, you did the things you're doing on number 2, and on number 3, you're going to have fun with that. But Monday rolls around, no more number 3, no more number 2. You're doing project number 1, and you're doing those follow-up calls and LinkedIn messages and whatever else you need to do, because you want to close that out. You want to get that out of your pipeline. You want to get that thing done so you can put another one into your pipeline. So that is the mindset. And I find that our students that after they work on their first project and they're starting to work on this, they struggle with that and they do themselves a disservice. If you did the work to do your provisional patent and your sell sheet and your list of companies and some research, if you have not got no's from all your companies, you are not done with that. You have to keep calling companies and keep LinkedIn messaging them. And that's very, very important. And the key thing here that I've observed over the many years, 18 years we've been doing InventRight, is you start to fall in love with another project. And then you start to neglect this one. You cannot neglect it. You did all the work to get to that point so you can contact companies. Until you're done contacting them all, you are not done. And so Monday is an easy way to remember, right? Monday rolls around, oldest project, no matter what. Don't give it a half-ass attempt. Give it a full-on attempt. Maybe you do those calls on Mondays and Thursdays, but the rest of the week, you've earned the right to work on these other projects. And you always put number 1 top priority, number 2 second priority, number 3, and depending on your bandwidth, maybe you've got a spouse or a friend or family member or somebody that can help you. you might be able to handle 2 projects in your pipeline, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to have to experiment with that. But start off with 1, then go to 2, then go to 3, and then go, oh, whoa. And it's going to depend how complicated your projects are too, right? So you can work on more projects if they're simpler, and if they're more complicated, 2 might be absolute max for you if they're really complicated. So I wanted to share that with you because this is something I talk to students quite frequently as they're exiting the program and they're going to continue on licensing their products. More than likely, most of our students, the rest of their life. Most of our students, it's like you started coming up with ideas as part of who you are. It's never going to go away. So giving them those long-term skills so they can keep licensing the rest of their life is very important. So I hope you found this pro tip helpful. I want to remind everybody to take care and keep inventing. Catch up with you next time.
Hi, this is Stephen Key, and I just want to thank you for watching InventRight TV. We're here to save you time, save you money, and show you how you can bring your products to market through licensing. So please, subscribe down below, click on the button, and tell your friends. Thank you.